we're going to take a look at how to perform operations with functions. So today, we're just going to add and subtract two functions together. So addition is the easiest because really all we're doing is combining like terms, and you don't really have to worry about any sign changes or anything like that. So we're going to take f of x, the entire f of x, and add that to the entire g of x. So our f of x is equal to x plus 2. So we're going to take x plus 2 plus our operation on the inside of our parentheses, g of x, which is the entire x squared minus x minus 6. So I'm going to add these together. So what we need to do here is look for like terms. So the highest degree, the highest exponent I have is a 2. I have no other x squareds here to combine this with, so this x squared is just going to come straight down. So x squared. Now I want to look for other like terms. So I have a positive 1x here being added to a negative 1x here. Well, x minus an x or x plus a negative x, those are going to cancel out. So these are gone. And then finally, our constants. So I have a positive 2 plus a negative 6, and that's going to give me negative 4. So f plus g of x equals x squared minus 4. So we're combining like terms and simplifying down as much as we can go. In the same way, we're going to subtract. So let's go ahead and see what we get when we have f minus g of x. So again, taking f of x, we're going to read in order from left to right. So f of x, we have x plus 2 minus g of x, which is this entire x squared minus x minus 6. Two kind of schools of thought here. One way that you could do this is by distributing this negative symbol to each term on the inside of the parentheses. So think of that as being like a negative 1. And then using the distributive property to do that, and then it becomes an addition problem. That's not really the way that I do it. It doesn't matter. However you think is fine with me. But we're going to start from this, and we're saying f of x is being subtracted by g of x. So this minus this. F of x minus g of x. Now, I don't have an x squared term here. So if I have nothing, or if I have a 0x squared, minus a 1x squared, then that would give me a negative x squared. So nothing minus an x squared would give me a negative x squared. You would see that maybe a little easier if you just went ahead and distributed that negative to each of your three terms. So the negative times a positive gives me a negative. I think it's a little easier to see here. So my next term, x to the first power. So I have a 1x minus a negative x. What happens when we minus a negative? Well, when I have minus a negative, that becomes a plus sign. So really, I'm saying 1x plus another 1x. So that gives me a positive 2x. And finally, again, our constants. We have a positive 2 minus a negative 6. Well, again, minus a negative is positive. So really, I have this 2 plus 6, which is equal to 8. So positive 8. So subtraction can be a little more challenging because of that negative symbol. But if you would like to take this negative and distribute to each of your three terms, it is one extra step, but that might help you to not make any sign changes.